Yo guys, welcome back to another video. Now as you can see by the title, today I'm actually going to be talking about is GTA 5 on the next gen console actually really worth buying. Now obviously there's a lot of speculations and everyone has their own opinion on this, but I'll walk through everything that's been added so far and all the extra stuff of why I think it is worth it and why I think it's not worth it for some people. But as all of you should know, the main actual difference for this GTA 5 expanded and enhanced version, which obviously the name did get scrapped, but I'll just call it that for now, is the graphics are a lot different, as you might be able to tell in the gameplay. Now what I've found is on videos you can't really tell a big difference when you are looking at graphics wise, but in person when you are playing it you can see like a massive difference compared to the old gen consoles. As you can see, just a little glimpse by the sun glare on the actual screen, as you can see there as well. Now, the game actually runs at 60 FPS on the next-gen consoles, which is a lot better compared to the original 30 we did have on the old gen. And as you can see, the game just runs a lot more smoother, and when I've been playing, there's not a single bit of lag so far from what I've experienced. And it's just like so much smoother to actually play, drive around, and just do whatever you want. But in content-wise, it's not really worth it at the moment. That's why I'd wait personally for future updates to come out. As you can see, we've got the Cyclone 2, obviously the Pifster Astron, which we did already have in the agency update, but that's just an older version with a wide body on. The Ignis that we've already got in the agency update, but it's weaponized. And this is the other two cars, the muscle car and the BRZ, or the GT86, whatever you want to class it as, on the left. So on terms of new content at release, it was a big letdown in my opinion, as there's only 5 vehicles and most of them, or a majority of them, I've actually seen before. Obviously there's a lot more which I'll get into in just a second, but if you are on an old gen console and you are wanting to upgrade to next gen just to play GTA 5, I personally wouldn't recommend doing that, as it's just not enough content to obviously enjoy it just at the moment. I'd wait until future updates do come out, as the old gen consoles will no longer get updates for GTA 5 as well. But the main thing is the new upgrade garage, and the new upgrade you can actually get inside of the LS car meet. These upgrades are actually called HSW upgrades, and now you actually do have to do a conversion at the start, which doesn't actually change any looks or features onto the vehicle. It just manages to give you this extra option for performance upgrades. So as you can see on the brakes, it actually has a HSW brakes option. This also actually happens for engine, turbo, transmission and suspension, as you'll see in the gameplay. So engine, you've also got the HSW engine transmission, and then if you can also see, there's also 2 acceleration bars now, which just shows how fast these cars actually are. Now the suspension option, I can't really see a massive difference. I don't see the point in that. And because this car is electric, it doesn't have the transmission or a turbo, but it does actually have a mode setting which is new. So you can have the standard mode, obviously race mode, sports mode or race plus mode, and these will all affect the acceleration of the vehicle. But like I say, these new vehicles are pretty insane, acceleration wise and speed wise, and I'll do some videos on that if you guys would like to see that, on the speed differences compared to the old gen console vehicles. Now sadly there's no new obviously wheels or anything like that, which I was expecting, but there's no new wheels like I say. But what I have also noticed is all the locked upgrades you usually needed. Let's say like you needed a bumper for level 72, or you needed level 100 in the car meet to unlock some wheels. All them upgrades are now unlockable or unlocked for you, so you don't have to actually grind out levels or anything to try and unlock new paint jobs or performance upgrades. Now I don't know if this is just a glitch or what, but this is what I've noticed anyway, as on the wheels I didn't have any of the LS car meet wheels unlocked, the track car wheels unlocked, sorry. And as you can see, I've got them all unlocked now. So I think that's something new that I've actually added into the game as well. And another thing, you can actually buy personal vehicles, other people's personal vehicles in the LS car meet, which you actually do like. It'll just basically send a duplicated version to yours at full base price though of the vehicle. And next up, they've actually added the new races, which will be a little pink icon on the map, as you can see, like the rest of these pink icons are. But these are the Hsw Series Races. Now I personally don't really like these too much, as they're great. They're just literally like a point-to-point race, and you don't get any money or anything for it, so I don't really see the point in that so far. But like I say, the major thing for this new version is just the graphics, and you cannot fault the graphics really. They're just insane. They've gone all out on these, and just the physics of how stuff work, as you'll just see in the gameplay in just a couple of seconds. But like I say, Xbox Series, the old gen consoles will no longer get any updates, so that's why I'd personally move over to this gen further down the future. But like I say, it's not really worth it just yet. As you can see there by my settings, the graphic mode is actually on performance RT. But this doesn't actually affect the physics, but once you actually do blow a vehicle up on the next gen consoles, you can see the flames are much more realistic, and the smoke you actually do get is a lot more realistic as well, as you can see there in the gameplay. Now I'm just going to showcase a couple of more features that I actually have noticed which are different in the game as well. So as you can see, a flare gun, the smoke does look a lot different, like the trail of the smoke. And obviously when you're on the presses or on a plane and you can press right on a D-pad to have like counterfeit smoke type of thing. That is a lot different, that's a lot more realistic now, and I really like that. And as you can see, the bullets when you shoot on the floor do now spark, leave a smoke, like they explode on contact. And the windows, as you can see, when you do shoot the window, you'll have shards of glass that do go all over the car and all over the floor now, which I find really cool. And I really like that new feature. Another thing I did notice the other day is with the flare gun, or when you do set people on fire, the fire animation is a lot more realistic and does move with the body parts when they move now, so it actually does look like the person is on fire. Also, the blood effect is actually a lot more detailed, especially if you do run someone over, and obviously the blood will go, there's like a lot more blood and it's a lot more drastic than it used to be. So personally, these graphics are the game changer for me. And that's why if you have already got a next-gen console, why not just spend the $8.99 if you're off in the UK, while it's on sale anyway, just to get this game a lot cheaper, as in my opinion, if you do have the next-gen consoles, it is actually worth it, as the graphics and as the gameplay is much more smoother and stuff like that. Another thing though is they did say they increased the population of the city and just the population in general, and as you can see in the gameplay now, I can't really see much of a difference while driving around, as it just looks the same as the old gen, so the population thing is a letdown. Another thing is the loading times are incredibly fast now. The interiors and exteriors of stuff do load, so as you can see, this is an example when you do exit the sub, usually take 10 to 20 seconds to load out. This is pretty much instant, just with like a 2-second black screen. So in conclusion, there's quite a lot of difference on how the game runs, but content-wise, there's nothing really too much which is new. Obviously, you've got the chameleon paint jobs, which I didn't cover, which I've just thought about then. But overall, like I say, if you are on old-gen consoles, personally, it's not worth upgrading just for this GTA 5 just yet. Maybe in the future when a new update comes out, as it might be a lot bigger than the old gen consoles, just considering how this is a new gen, it's got much more capability on how it runs and stuff, so it's a lot bigger and it can handle a lot more bigger content updates as well. So like I say, if you have got the old gen, it's not really worth upgrading just to buy GTA 5 just yet, but just take in mind to consider that the old gen consoles will no longer get any updates as of now. But if you have actually got the new gen, so if you've got the new gen, I would recommend buying it 10 out of 10. As you can see, it's just a much better game to play. But as always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.